we can take it up from there. Okay, so we got Yuki in San Diego, Yukiko, and we got Deborah in Maryland and Virginia, the Washington,
In the
D.C.
DMV. I'm in the DMV.
DMV is what you call it. Okay,
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
okay, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. I got to write that down. I always put D.C. Metro, so
Yeah, but
D.C.
that's okay. People
That's a
who are
lot of
from
area
here,
to cover, isn't it?
yeah, it's not really. People who are from here, they know DMV, DC, Maryland. Actually, really, what I'm working on is the Maryland DC VA now. But it's okay. I'll put it like that. But it's all right here.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. You got to
DC is big though. And so when I do DC, I'm only specifically on zip codes.
right. Right. There's
Yeah.
Emo.
So
He's in
it's
your area there too. Emu, are you there?
yeah.
Yes, I'm
And
here.
you see, he has DC, Maryland, Virginia, because we when you work like that, you know the area.
Right. Right. Well, that's cool.
What
That's an
kilo
interesting
pera?
area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well we have Yuki and we have Deborah. Yuki's going to be presenting her listing presentation to Deborah, and I don't know if you guys worked out if you're going to do a lot of objections, no objections, but and Yuki's going to share some documents with us, so we'll go ahead and allow that. So when you're ready, Yuki, or you want to tell us about yourself? You're in San Diego.
I am in San Diego, California. I've been doing real estate since 2010, off and on. And I serve primary North County of San Diego County. And I'm here for any referrals.
Absolutely.
And
San Diego referrals to Yuki.
Thank you. I'm your girl. All right, Deborah. So I'm ready to kickstart. And here's this a little thing. Her home came off the market recently and it got expired at $830,000. It was on the market for a little over 124 days, or 120 days, actually, 124 days. And here we are. I called her this morning and she says that she needs to move to New York. And reason for being is she wants to be with your family. Soon is better than later. And money is very important to her. But I will verify all this information. So here I am at her house door. Knock, knock.
Hello.
Hi. Very nice to meet you. You must be Deborah, right?
Yes, yes. Hi, how are you doing? Come on in.
Thank you very much.
Do you
I'm
want me to
Yukiko.
show you the place?
Yes. Before we do that, can I situate myself here at your kitchen table?
Sure.
Perfect. What I brought here for you is I know that I mentioned that I'll be emailing you my marketing plan, and I also printed out your net sheet. And I want to leave this with you while I preview your home in the eyes of buyer. All right?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So here I go around and I'm done. Okay, you have a beautiful home, Deborah. Shall we get started?
Sure. So did you see all the work I did? Did you see we did all of that work in that master bathroom? That's why we really want this price, because we spent thousands of dollars on that master bath.
I can see that. And it shows very nice. Beautiful. And I also noticed that you painted recently, right?
Yes, we did. We did paint.
Yeah, it shows really nice. And
Thank
it shows, yeah, it shows. All right, Deborah. So I wrote down 3 very important questions for you. Do you absolutely have to sell your home?
Yeah, we do. We absolutely have to sell it.
Okay. And will you price your home to sell, or do you want to spend on the market for a really long time?
We don't want it on the market.
You drop an email for me.
The reason I let you come here is because you said you could sell it and you're going to get the price we want, right?
Absolutely. and I am committed to selling your home successfully for the highest price, Debbie. That's
Thank you.
all right. You're welcome. And do you want me to handle the sale for you?
Well, let me see what your commission is, and then we can, we can talk further about that. I told you I had a couple of other people I was interviewing.
All right, absolutely. So here, let's see here. Disable share. I can't share my net sheet. Can you allow me to share?
Sure.
Ron, I can't share the net sheet with her. It says disabled. Oh, here we are. Okay, so Deborah, as I was saying, that I am confident that I can get this property sold. And here's your net sheet. If I am predicting that you will walk away with $747,000 and some change. Are you okay with this figure?
I'm not seeing it. Are you seeing it, guys?
No.
Okay, it says it's sharing. So just select the screen, highlight the screen where your docs are.
Yeah. You know what? It's a disabled share, but
Hold on,
I'm looking at what I have.
Try it again, and I'm gonna. So try to share it, and I'll hit allow.
Okay, I'm keep doing what I need to do. It's a disable share. Did it come on? That's weird.
Saying it can see my screen. Let me stop my share. Go ahead and try yours again.
Okay, they say disable.
I love how you get right to that net. I really do. I don't do that, but I love how you get to that net.
Okay, so this is really weird. I'm looking at my screen at the top, and I'm shaking my head, and oh, this thing is a little bit, so it comes on with the later. I don't know what's going on. It just said disable share. So let's just skip that.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Deborah, what I have projected for you is that we're gonna get your property sold within next 30 days, and project to set for you to walk away is $747,000 and some change. Are you okay with this figure?
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with it. I really wanted to get 800. I really did want
Yes,
800.
absolutely. So okay, so I understand that your home came off the market at $830,000. And this is figure if we were to sell your home for $800,000 in the next 30 days. And we'll look at comparable market analysis together and figure out if this $800,000 is good mark. And of course, Deborah, my job is pump up this number as much as possible for you. So you will walk away with even more money in your pocket. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. How are you going to do that?
Absolutely. So the other document that I share with you, that is my plan of action. My plan of action is to advertise your home, not just in the internet world, but within using social media. More importantly, prospecting daily. That is to contact other agents, network with them, as well as contact your neighbors, other top agents in the area. Make sure that everyone knows that your home is on the market. Well, I specialize,
You're going to contact
Deborah.
my neighbors? I don't want to have I don't want to have a sign out.
You don't want to have your sign out. That's okay. But making call and let them know that a property nearby is up for sale. We don't necessarily have to mention your name, but I will advertise it and ask them if they know anyone who's thinking about buying or selling home in our area. And surprisingly enough, I do find buyers that way, Deborah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so that's mainly what I will be doing to find a buyer for you. Okay.
Are you going to
Now,
do an open house?
well, open house is a very good question. To be honest with you, Deborah, open house is a tool to find a buyer, right? Not necessarily for your home or for the home that is being hosted open. It is a good idea, but according to National Association of Real Estate Stats, only 1% of buyers visit open house will buy that house that they visit.
Really?
So, yes. So, do you want me to host open house for
Only
that
1%?
1%?
Only
Mhm.
1%? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. No, then I don't
So,
want to have it open.
yeah. Okay. So that's fine. I
Plus,
just
my
wanted to share.
neighbors are nosy anyway.
Oh, yes. And you did tell me that you didn't want any sign on your yard, right?
Right, right.
Okay. Understandable. Okay. So I wish I can share my CMA with you. So,
Try it now.
just,
I just changed the
okay.
setting, so see if it does it.
Okay. You say share. I can't even click this. Share.
There you go. We're seeing something. You're seeing me.
Okay, so how do I, yeah, I see you. Okay, so seller's net sheet, this is what I
There
was
you go.
looking
Okay,
at.
here we go.
Okay, this is CMA. Okay, so what I have here is called comparable market analysis. I'm sure you have heard of comparable market analysis in the past, right?
Yep.
What it does is that it will determine price of your home based on what has sold recently. And what I have here is two parts to this comparable market analysis. One is called active. We also call it fantasy land, what homeowners such as yourself list their home for. And we also have, this is active, this is fantasy land, and we also have sold. And sold, we said reality. This is the price, Deborah, what us real estate agents list and sell homes for. Most importantly, this is how much it has been appraised for. So this sold is very important. And here are a list of homes that are in your community. Okay. And I want to show you the first one on Dominican. This one has how many bedrooms?
That's got 2 bedrooms,
And
two
it has
baths. Mm-hmm.
2 baths. And look at square foot. 1263,
we have that extra,
right?
we have that extra room.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you see that right there off the side when you came down the steps? That's like a extra bedroom. We have a different type of a floor plan
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
can, that's why, we want to really stick with that price because that's an extra bedroom.
Yes, ma'am, it is. So this Dominican here is very similar to yours. You do have 3 bedrooms, and square foot is let's say 1,300. And this one has 2 bedrooms, but it's a little bit smaller than yours, right? And look at how much they priced it for.
Okay.
$800,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one has been on the market for how long?
12 days.
12 days. Thank you. Now, I want to look at what has sold. And remember, that sold are reality, real numbers that has that number price that everybody agreed on, the buyers, the seller, and appraiser, right? Let's look at this San Diego. Okay. This one has 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, very similar square footage, 1290.
But it's not
And look,
upgraded. We went in there. That place doesn't look good
uh-huh,
at all. They didn't
that
do anything. They didn't
that's
paint.
right.
They didn't do anything.
That's right. And that's why it sold for, look at this price, $696,000. And you're right to the point because it was very original and it wasn't turnkey like yours.
Right.
And at the same time, this Pinita here,
Hmm.
this one has how many bedrooms?
2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Uh-huh.
And you
And
saw our
it,
beautiful master bathroom, how we spent all that money.
mhm, that's right. And look how much they listed for.
Wow.
$850,000 and sold it for how much?
815.
815, and it took
Mhm.
17 days, right?
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you seen this house, did you, while they were having open houses on the weekend?
No, but I know those people. They didn't do anywhere as near as much work as we've done.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. And they sold it for 815. The only improvement that they had on this house is their backyard. Oh my goodness, they had a beautiful English garden. And I think that new owner bought it because of that. And they paid $815,000,
Okay. Yeah,
right?
they do have a
Yeah,
nice garden. We did see that. Mm,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get to get my landscaper to finish up my lot like I wanted. But
Well, people live.
it's still, it still shows really good when you drive up. I don't have that
hmm
extra beautiful garden though.
That's right. And remember, people live inside the house, not outside the outside. So, but everybody look at things differently. So the reason why I brought these properties, 3 properties here, Deborah, is I wanted to show you what is up for sale right now. A property that's $800,000 and 2 properties that sold recently, right? Very similar to yours in terms of size. One is in original condition, sold for a little under $700,000, and one that's very similar to yours for $815,000. Now, seeing this information, how much do you think we need to price your home at so that you can move to New York nearer to your
800.
family?
Eh,
800?
I want to keep it at 800. That's what our
Okay.
property is worth. You
hmm
remember
Yes.
when you called me, I told you that.
Absolutely. So that's why I prepare your net sheet based on $800,000.
Thank you.
Okay. And this is your net sheet. Again, you will walk away around $747,000 in some change.
Okay.
Okay. And of course, there are many variables that will be adding to this. All right. So all we need to do is simply sign the contract and put me to work for you.
Okay, well, I told you I wanted to meet those other 2 agents.
Mhm. And tell me, what is very important to you about the sale of this home, other than the fact you want the highest price possible for your home?
Well, I just want to see if those other agents can, maybe get me more money.
Absolutely. So, how much more are you looking to put in your pocket?
Well, let me look here. Um, that 3%, the other agent told me she may can do it at 2%. Because I worked,
Altogether?
yeah, no, she said that I didn't have to pay that selling broker. That's
Yes.
what they said. So I only want to pay, I'll take care of you with that 3%. I
Mm-hmm.
really would like to get that down to 2.5, pay you 2.5 and not even pay the selling broker.
Mm-hmm. I
Can you
see.
can you make that happen? Because if
You know,
that's the case, then I'll sign papers today.
excellent. So with this selling broker, we can negotiate, right? And I will work hard so that you won't have to pay this 2.5% or anything to the selling broker. Now, at the same time, let me ask you, Deborah, you're on the market for over 120 days at 2% commission. Did that agent brought you an offer?
Say that again?
That agent who you had previously at 2% compensation, did she sell your home at 2%?
No, I'm talking about the people that are going to be coming to the listing appointment. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the people who, you remember I told you I was going to meet with two other agents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Compensation
she
is
said that she was going to get that, she wasn't going to have me paying that seller broker. And I was going to
mhm,
have to pay her 2.5%.
I understand. So what I know is this 2.5% to the other broker is negotiable. And I will work hard to negotiate that number down for you to be zero. That's not a problem. I am confident that I can bring you and find you a buyer who will pay the highest price this market will give you, Deborah. If I tell you, yeah, I can do for 2% or even 1%, you'll like me.
Can you do
But
it for
what if
2.5%?
2.5%?
Mm-hmm.
I can do at 2.78%,
Mm.
and that will be the least I can do for you.
Ooh, Yoki, I like your negotiation skills. Okay, that's fair. So you want to make sure, what did you say? I could do it at what now?
2.78%. That is the rock bottom. That is if you were to sign right now with me.
Okay, I will agree to
Excellent.
that.
Excellent.
2.78. Okay,
All you had to do now is simply sign the contract and put me to work for you.
okay, I will do it.
Great. Thank you.
Okay,
All right. Go
My
ahead.
goodness.
you
Go
did
ahead and
good.
bring that share screen down. All
Stop
right.
sharing. She didn't tell me that she was going to give me that. Oh my gosh.
But you know what? You're a different type person than me. But you know what? You even though you were a lot softer, you still stuck to what you didn't really, I didn't sway you. You stayed focused and you didn't fight with me. I liked how you did that. I really did. And I also liked how you came down just a little bit. And that was fair. And you said, hey, look, I'll do that 2.78 if you sign right now. That was good. That was masterful, actually. I thought
Sure.
it was,
I was
didn't you?
supposed to do that.
What did you think, Rod? Guys,
Uh,
everybody, don't you?
I think you would have signed if she would have just said, hey, look, we'll negotiate the other guy's commission as it comes in. As we get an offer, Deborah, we'll negotiate that guy's offer. But these are my fees, and this is where we need to be. I think you'd have signed either way. But yeah, do you normally do that, Yuki? Cut a little bit to get them to sign as an incentive?
No, I don't do that. I say 3% and they say, okay, I thought we were asked.
Yeah, that's good. You did good, though. You did.
Yeah,
You got it
That is
signed.
from Neil. If they don't go for 3%, go for two something. 2.78 is the number he uses.
yeah. I mean, that's a strategy. You can also I'll usually use a transaction fee, and then I'll either cut the transaction fee a little bit or whatever. But I don't know if your broker allows you to negotiate. Do you charge a transaction fee?
Yeah, we do a Culver Banker. Like how much? About $300 or so.
Yeah, mine's $295. And sometimes I'll throw that in. If that's the sweet spot, we'll throw that in. But most of the time, they're going to pay you. She already said, I'll take care of you. But I'd like to see the other get down there. So what I would have done, yes, is stand firm on yours and adjust the other guy's commission. Because pretty much you got to do that anyways. You're going to adjust the commission as it comes in. And we don't know what contract they have with their buyer. So it's reasonable for us to assume that they are going to make money off the buyer also. Correct?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good point, and you can just, stick to your guns on that and adjust that other side as it comes in, and because you're going to be adjusting throughout the process anyways. If it's not selling, you got to adjust the price.
I thought you did a great job.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, Yuki comes across real soft. She, I'm trying to break her that a little bit. Go, oh my gosh, Yuki. Use a Ron Poindexter shock and awe. But yes, you come across real smooth and very intelligent, and it just comes in real good. And I was impressed. That's a good one.
It didn't irritate me. It didn't irritate me at all, because you were, your presence was really good. Your energy was good and your presence was good. Even though you have that softer tonality, it's still you stayed on point. You can tell that you've been doing this for a minute.
Johnny T, do you have anything to add?
That was good. I know Yukiko is not, no, she got soft voice, and sometimes you gotta match in what that seller does. You gotta get going. Make sure you are a confident person. You're not backed down for anything. I like what you said. Said, you know what? She offered you 2.2.5. And you can jump back in that a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's a business decision. I understand that. Yeah. And also give her why is that? I mean, she said she wanna meet another 2 agents out there. And you will say, you know what? What's important about those agents? I mean, what if? I mean, I can get you more money. I mean, get your profit so quickly, sooner. Would that, make sense? Just do right now so I can give them a call. That you don't have to deal with those agents. I mean, I'm here. They're not here, right? Something like that. And on the CMA that you have, you go a little more on the active. I would go to active. I would go to soul more than active. It just, those actives, it's just fantasy. I mean, they might put that a lot up there and it might not sell. Who knows? This is the real one. This is what appraiser used to determine your home. Does that make sense? Then you go to that soul. She said to $800,000, and you come down. Like I see the 660 and 760 something, 780. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you can't.
or something.
Yeah, you can't get the $800,000. You got to go back to square one again. You go to 800. It's not gonna solve. What happened? They're gonna blame on you again. Say, hey, wait a minute. Let's to be clear. Let's understand this. Just calm here. The souls is only 780. We put 800. What gonna happen? You gotta help those the neighborhood gonna sold the property. What happened to yours? Now we go back to square one again. Let's do it right. The first time, get your property so that you the most money. That's exactly what you want, right? Go that route, and everything else good. Yeah, I would pump up a little bit. I know you are a soft person. I role play with you almost every day. You are soft. Just pump up a little bit. Get your energies up, so it match with her energy. Because it's kind of up here. She's up here. You kind of down here. So kind of match a little bit there. Well, that's great. Good job. Yeah.
Good point.
Thank you, John.
Anita.
You're welcome.
Have we got any comments?
I want to say great presentation. I was listening. Sorry, I came in a little late, but I like the net sheet. You did that. It was great net sheet. You were. I agree. Doing the active, I use the active more so because it's all depend on the bank and appraisal. So it's in the past. So what is active right now, I usually use the active because that shows them you don't want to be, you don't want to sell your competition. You want them to know that, look, you want to come in at the right price. So this way you're, at least less than your competition and you get your house sold. Yeah. Good.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. So
That's a
do
good
we
point.
know we know the past, we know the present, do we know the future? Guys,
No.
can you predict the future in your See, I can
Nope.
predict it in mine. We got new construction all over the place. So guess what's going to happen when that new construction is up? When it's ready to go, guess what we're going to have? A supply, an oversupply of houses. So we know that the more that comes on, the less the demand will go down because the supply is going up. So we know when that happens, your pricing is going to go down. So remember that everywhere they're building, and if you have that simple supply and demand, so you can predict the future right now. You know that this market's going to turn. I don't care where you're at. If that supply increases, your demand, your price is going to go down. So it's better that we get it on the market now, so I can get you more money before that happens. Correct? And you want to shake your head, yes. So and they know that. They're watching all that new construction come in. So yeah, create the urgency with that demand that's coming on the market. So yeah, always, you can in this market predict what's going on in the future. So it's always a good point to use what has sold, because yes, you're not in fantasy land, but you can predict in this market what's going to happen. Anybody else got comments or anything for Yuki? I love that part where you said, because you do that real well. I am completely confident that I can get you more money, that I can get your home sold for more money. I am 100% confident.
And she used the statistic too. I said something, and what was it? She said 1%. There was something. What was the statistic?
National Associations.
Open house.
Buyers.
Yeah. You
Buying
use
from
it.
open
I
house
like
is
how
1%.
you gave that open house statistic too. That was really savvy as well.
Who does open houses?
Thank you.
You guys still do open houses even though I tell you not to?
Yes, I do open houses for my listing. Yes.
Okay.
What I do have a comment or
Go ahead. Shoot.
Yeah, I think she did a good job. It was short, sweet, to the point, which I like. Get the listing and get out. You don't have time to waste. However, one thing though is that I wonder maybe next time you can use one thing I always ask my client: do you want a soft negotiator or a strong negotiator, so that you can negotiate your fee, so you can make your money. Because she can say you're definitely willing to push back and negotiate hard on your behalf to try to get the best possible price in term when it comes to the other party. So she can use that. Just a thought next time.
Very good. Very good. Yes. So, like he said, look, if I can't even stand up to you on my own self-worth, or if that agent can't stand up to you for his own self-worth, what do you think he's going to do when he comes up against a guy like me, who's a strong negotiator? They're going to fold like a three-legged chair. So do you want someone who's strong and aggressive, like Emo said, or do you want somebody who will cave as soon as the seller asks them to cave on their own self-worth? So you want to push back on that. I think it was good her technique that used, but she would have signed it either way. So good comment, Emu.
I have
Thanks.
a question. Ron, can you hear me?
Yeah, who's this?
Okay, this is Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Yeah. Hi. I have currently $800,000 condo, beach condo pending, and there were a couple of agents who gave they offers before this accepted bid, and the owner, because he lowered the price from almost 900 to 800,000 during the 5 months that had listed with me. And again, I'm a new agent, so I agreed to lower my commission to 2.5. But then I said, that then the buyer's agent will get only 2%. So now when some of the agents call me before they even show the condo, how much is the commission. And if I say 2%, some of them were screaming bloody murder, when they say 2%, and I feel so like awful and bad at the same time. I mean, I want to be fair to everybody, but at the same time, I'm the one who's spending the time and paying money out of my own pocket to market it and all that work. So can you give me a little bit of pointers? What is the best way to negotiate the buyer's agent?
I think what you did is right. Just say, hey, look, if you do you want to share with me what you're getting from your buyer? Let me see your buyer's contract. Expose that. They won't show it to you. They're not going to show it to you. So of course,
Okay.
just say we're going to look at each offer as it comes in. So make the best offer you can. If you make us a lowball offer, you're probably going to be hit on your commission. If you make me a great offer, we'd probably be good with your commission. So, it's based on you, the offers in your court, Mr. Buyer's agent. So, but they'll never share with you their contract because they may be making 3% from their buyer. How do you know? They're supposed to have some kind of compensation. It's supposed to have something on there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're justified. I think you're justified. I do that 2.5%, depending where it's at. And I think you should take a larger cut.
Actually, that's a great basic segue to go in, because usually I have a strategy. I talk to my buyers. I tell them, listen, we're gonna go as low as possible. What I can do once you agree on the price, I know their limit. If they give me, let's say, because I always go for 3%, I average 3% on my commission because I tell them there's a possibility they might not offer me 2 or 3%. They might offer 2%, 2.5%, but we're gonna go as low. But you're gonna tell me your limit. Once I agree a price with the seller, then I can tell them, hey, my buyers are willing to go up so that they can cover the price of my commission. They can cover the commission. That's a strategy I use to make sure I get my 3% all the time. And I let the buyers know how it's gonna go. Because I know a lot of the time the sellers, they always want to stick you for your commission. So I mean, I don't know if you guys use that strategy, but that's a strategy that works well for me.
That's right. So that's really good. So what you're saying is always your 3% on your buyer broker, and then you tell them I'm going to see what I can do, and if not, then we're going to have to bring the sales price up.
Yes, so basically you send an offer right to the seller, and the seller gonna be like, oh, can you lower your commission? We getting 2.5%. Also, the seller don't want to pay. So you before you even go into the strategy or the offer, you talk to your buyer. Listen, there's a possibility they might not wanna, but I want to know your limit. What is your limit? How much you want to spend on this property? They tell you, okay, it's 375. So you offer 360, and you guys agree on the price. Let's say 365, and you tell them, hey, listen, you agree on 365, but they're not willing to pay the 3%. So I can tell them you can increase the price so that they can cover the 0.5. You see what I mean?
Yeah. What you're saying is you get that buyer to perform by raising that price up
Yeah, so I can cover my fees.
so you can cover your fee. Hey,
Yes.
that's not really a bad strategy. Are you doing that for everybody?
Most of the time, unless I might take 2.5. That's gotta be worst case scenario, but always 3%, and you always walk. Because they
Okay.
always, with the first offer, they always say, oh yeah, we don't want to pay 3%, but we agree on the price. So I tell them you agree on the price, which was the lower price that we were willing to send. Because they usually tell me they want to put it higher, but I also tell them let's negotiate, especially if there's no offer. The best thing to do is always ask the seller, hey, do you have an offer on the property? And how long does it take you to review the offer? That's the most important question. How long does it take you? Because if you send an offer that's not as good, it might take a couple days. You want them to take at least 24 hours. And you tell them, okay, you said 24 hours. And then you write an offer, you call them in. You say 24 hours, so I'm waiting within 24 hours so we can update my client. And within that time, you negotiate and you get an offer and you make sure you get your 3%. And yeah, voila.
Well, I think that has to do with the market too. In Florida here, the prices are coming down, and I don't think that would work.
You mean, let's say if I increase the price just to cover the fee, that won't work? You're saying your seller won't accept that?
Most likely, I mean, the offers that are coming in are like almost 20% less, 15% less than what the asking price is.
Wow. So that's what I'm saying. Let's say we send is 15% less than the asking price, and we agree on the price. But now that we agree on the price, my client said they're willing to increase it so you can cover my fees. Is that an issue there in Florida? I'm not understanding.
Yeah, the market is really bad, going down. It's a buyer's market.
So you say, basically you're saying that the house is not worth the price that we offer? That's what you're
Oh,
saying?
yeah. Most of them are overpriced, and the prices are coming down really fast, and they are still living like the prices were 3-4 years ago, which is totally, illogical.
I got you. So they're already
Interesting.
high.
Well, the only thing I would say to that is just you got to watch that it still appraises. So if you're even you might throw it on top of the sales price if you get a good offer, but you got to watch that it appraises for the amount. But whatever works to get your commission, guys, do it.
You got to do it, man. You got to do it.
I like the strategy. Our market has just come down maybe a teeny bit, but not like what you're saying. I mean, some of these prices have been a little high. I think the DOM, the days on the market, is what we're seeing. I mean, in DC, but in Virginia, that's not the case. So
Yeah, it's
saturation. What's your saturation rate on those condos, Gina?
Saturation.
Yeah, how long would it take if no other condos come on the market? How long would it take to sell out your
74 days plus.
Okay, so say around 3 months.
Yeah,
3 months.
Okay, well, that's still not that bad. I mean, I'm seeing that here. I'm seeing 90 days and more here. So that's just one of the things.
That's starting. Some of them are 170 days. It depends. I mean, we're in a condo bubble here, so because of the insurance and the HOA fees are just going astronomical, so everybody's selling.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, they're all trying to bail out, so that should lower the price immediately. Yeah, I mean, that should be dropping your market considerably. To sell a home fast or within 90 days, you should have to adjust those prices for the most part. And it's probably increasing as far as your amount of listings because we're coming to summer, right?
Yeah. I have a quick question. I just went for a listing appointment for a house that's almost $1 million. Mm-hmm. And again, they said they put 200,000 improvements. They bought it for $750, so that's the money that they want back. But yet in that neighborhood, most of the houses go like around $450,000 to $500,000, and this is the only house that's like priced, $1 million. And I just I have very, very hard time trying to explain them or price this even.
Well, you just want to say, did you do those improvements for your own benefit? For your own satisfaction? Did you enjoy it? Or did you do
it they did.
To resell?
Yeah, it was for their forever home, and now they decide they want to move to Nashville.
Okay, so well, great. Send them my way. But
yeah, I would.
You want to just explain to them if you did those improvements did you enjoy it? Great. Because we're not going to be able to get that much money back.
Now they said it was hard work. They want to get paid for that too.
Yeah, you just got to get them to understand that what the market is doing, and even though they improved it, they improved the condition of the home, but I can't get you the total amount out of it if it's not possible. You just can't do it sometimes. So it's more of a condition, but I would just say I'm glad you enjoyed it. And maybe and two homes being the same, if you improved one, that one should sell faster than the other ones. Yeah. But you may not be able to get the total amount they put into it out of it in that short term. So, any other questions? Yuki, you did good. Deborah, always good.
Thank you.
You guys
you did good.
My pleasure.
So I guess we'll see you on Jim's here at 12:30. And then, yeah, I got to get ready for a listing appointment right after that. So I'm going to probably be on the road when I'm on Jim's. But yeah, so
Thank you so much.
keep working on them,
Thank you.
guys. The more you practice your presentations, the more deals you'll get. And the more confident you'll feel. You can go in and make a listing presentation in 20 minutes, take the listing and get out and go to your next one. You know,
Hey, so
and-
Ron, do you always go right to the net when you sit down?
yeah, pretty much.
After you ask the
send 'em
three
net.
questions, after you ask the three questions, and then boom, but let me pull the net out.
Well, you know, when I get there, I tell them, look, you know, I'm 100% committed getting the highest sales price, shortest amount of time. And, you know, and before we go to the kitchen table, you have to understand that in this market, you got to be somewhat aggressive, proactive. So then we'll go to the kitchen table and then I'll ask them to read the 3 pages that I give them, the money page, my plan of action, and then the net out. And while they're reading those, I'm going to take a look at the you know, the home through the eyes of a buyer. And then I come out and ask if any questions. The question is always on the money. Okay. So you know that before you get there. And then you just explain why you chose to price it the way you did, and then tell them to sign it. Let me go to work. So you got to push, and you got to get whatever you do, push, guys. I think that's the key in this market. I don't know if you heard that listing call I did where I put it out, that live prospecting call. But if you see on that, in 4 minutes, I took that stranger and I pushed him till I got that $680,000 listing appointment. Okay. I couldn't even say his name, but I kept pushing. And I think that's you push and you close, and you push and you close. So, you know, Mike Ferry used to say pressure, 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 and then levity. So you pressure it, and then kind of lighten it up. Pressure, 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 and lighten it up. But in this market, you have to push, take control and push if you want to take the listings. So I don't know how to explain that better than that. But all of you are getting better and better at taking control and pushing and closing. So always just remember that opportunity to close. Does that make sense?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
I mean, you all, I see all of you strong salesmen. Just push for that closing. And if it takes 5 times closing, then you keep closing 5 times. You know, if they say, well, why do you want to price it like this? Well, this is why. Okay, great. Sign the contract. You know, sign the contract. Just keep pushing for them. And they'll sign more. Okay? All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
See ya.
Of course.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye-bye.
All righty. Bye.